It came. It finally came. The big one. Betty, meet RCC. RCC, meet Betty. I hope you two get along. Now we just need rods and pistons. Oh, God.
A lot of turbo-y spinny boy parts.
Look at that beast. Looks so tiny, even though it's not so tiny.
Is that ball bearing or is that German?
Yes, ball bearing.
Ball bearing, I thought so. It's been freely enough. Nice.
Step one, now that we realize that it is not going on right away, because we have to get pistons and rods to be safe.
You just want to be safe.
Then sorry.
There's no sense in bolting all this goodness on and blowing it up the next day.
The last thing we want to do is throw a rod. I've spent all this money.
It's not my money. If you want to blow it up next day, Carl, go for it.
No. I didn't spend all this money to blow it up to have to re-spend money to buy another motor and then rebuild that motor, when we might as well just build the motor that we have already. So
more boost.
More boost.
Well, more power.
So the idea now is that I'm going to drop my bike off. Maddie's going to do the tire, the chain and sprocket. I don't know. I doubt you want to change the oil yet. And just, check it over to see if, brakes and stuff, whatever, if it needs. You can, if it needs it now, cool. If not, we'll do it later whenever we get into this. I just gave Maddie some money, and so hopefully we can find some decent rods and pistons. And he also got a computer, so
one step closer to my Civic.
figured to help him out, and then that helps me out on labor and stuff, because I wasn't expecting to spend a lot more money, and here we are spending a lot more money. So
I'd much rather you have fun with your bike than constantly worry if it's going to blow up.
well, you know me, I'm a worrier.
That's why they call you Whiskers.
That's why they call me Whiskers. All right, but yeah, there's some nice stuff over here. You zoom out a little bit. We got the wastegate pipe. Looks like, or is that the exhaust? That's wastegate, right?
That's the exhaust. That's the exhaust.
No O2 bung on it?
No, this is not the exhaust. This is the intake. This goes into the right or left side. It depends on how I think the turbo mounts that way. So this is going to go into the left side intake where the ram air is. So this one goes in the left side there. That's going to come up. Something like that, because there's still a blow-off valve somewhere here.
Yeah, we gotta find that. That was a $500 part. And then this little bag of goodies. Richard really packaged her up pretty good. And you want me to move this? Oh, this thing is heavy. Maybe in that box might be the blow-off valve.
Probably. If I were a blow-off valve, where would I be?
In a white box hiding underneath me.
So this is probably gonna be it's gonna be your wastegate.
Yeah, I think it's a tile. Is that how you say that?
Teal tile.
Teal tile. Enough. This is the unveiling of Betty's next upgrade.
A plug of some sort.
This will be Maddie's first RCC install.
Yeah, so there's your exhaust.
Probably the last RCC install.
I think this is why you were saying about boost creep. I think this is why it does it, because it almost creates. It almost would create back pressure.
You had to push it back because it's not like angled.
I bet you if you would make this separate dump, probably wouldn't.
I have to talk to Vincent, maybe see what he thinks.
There's your different boosty boost springs.
Very nice.
For your wastegate.
Very nice.
You got little boost to all the boost.
We're probably just we're gonna have what, 2 tunes now? One on pump and one on E or whatever fuel you think we should run?
More than likely, yeah, I'd say.
Now, should we run like the Sheets E? That way it'd be consistent, or should I order actual E85?
I mean, honestly, if you're going to be running this most of the time on 93, you might as well get actual like C85
Okay.
or something that's pure and you
Yes.
can rely on it. Because just get it tuned on that fuel, and then it'll be
Have its own setting for that.
more consistent too. You don't have to worry about measuring your ethanol content every time.
Then we'll probably do that because I doubt I'm going to run this on the street on E.
I mean, it's pointless,
Yeah.
really. I mean,
That much power. What do you on a stock swing arm? Like what am I going to do? Just wheelie 6 gear down the highway to 230?
pretty much.
Like if it'll even do 230? We changed the chain and sprocket. We said we went to what, a 18 up front and a 41 in the back.
Yeah.
So hopefully that gives us a little more top end.
Air filter.
Wasn't really worried about. Like I'm not really worried about my quarter mile times. Like I would love to be able to. My goal is to run 8s.
Let's say it's going to do a 10-0 at 170.
Like the goal is to go 899 on the way it sits right now. That's the goal. So if we can do all this stuff,
I
and
mean, realistically, the way it sits now, if you were to lower it and
Well-
get some seat time, it would do it. So it should easily be able to do 8s.
yes, but I mean non-lowered, non-strapped, non-stretched, full-on street bike, and mirrors. We're leaving the mirrors on.
You are crazy, my friend.
It's the idea. Crazy Carl. But
This has to be it. Just a fuel pump.
there's still no blow-off valve yet?
That's a fuel pump there.
This? Right, there's blow-off valve.
Is that a blow-off valve or is that a... I think that's a blow-off valve.
Yep.
It's an odd blow-off. No, this is your... So this is how they return. So this is your oil return. It goes over the... that's nice. It goes over the timing cover.
Oh,
And then
cool.
you just do your oil return right into it.
What's this? You looked at that?
So, wow, this is either the... Yeah, that's just the...
Other stuff.
FMU. I'd really like to not put this on if possible.
So
I'd
did,
like to almost get a different fuel system altogether, but that's more money.
so did they not
This will work. for
send
now.
a blow-off valve?
It's got to be here somewhere.
It's gotta be in one of these things. Like, Richard!
Should be-
What'd you do, Richard? You forgot it, Richard. We want to hear the... Oh, there it is.
That's a big one.
That was that's a tinny looking one.
That's a big old.
That is a big old blow-off valve, boy. Oh man.
So yeah, the inlet. So this sits on either the right or the left side where the ram air system is, however they plumb it. And then this sits on the opposite side on the other inlet. So it basically turns the whole frame into an basically turns the whole top of the frame where the air box is into a boost chamber.
Nice. Can't wait to hear it. It's gonna be awesome.
So yeah, it should be pretty cool.
But yeah, there's definitely a lot of neat little stuff in here. I didn't want to open any of this little stuff because, you know.
That'll come off of there. That'll go up to either the right or left side. And then there's going to be a bunch of pieces in there, probably in here. These are probably all your metal block off plates for everything else. So you'll have 2 block off plates that go on the back side of the air box. And then you'll have another one that goes and blocks off where the air filter is currently. So it'll completely seal that whole section.
Nice.
This is probably gonna, yeah, these are your plates here. So it looks like everything's here.
So the next, like you said, we gotta find rods, pistons, the fuel setup. I don't know how this fuel setup will be because I know the stage 2 is the next step up with like fuel kit like stuff, but
Well, I would say safely you're going to be able to run at least 240 on this fuel setup. I'd say if you step it up, I mean, probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get injectors.
didn't they come with the kit?
With this kit, maybe. I don't know. I don't think it did. I think they just run the stock injectors. I'll have to look online.
Yeah, unless they're in there somewhere that we didn't see.
I didn't see anything. But I think that's the stage 2.
Yeah, that's like $1,000 more, I think.
Yeah.
So we will worry about that after it's together and running with pistons and rods, because that's something you can do like while the bike's together and running.
Yeah.
You know, changing fuel shit out.
Well, you want to run it. I mean, you said already you want to run it with 93, and you also wanted to get used to it. So
yeah, I don't want to start out at 400 horsepower.
So I mean, if we have to save up for injectors,
that gives me time.
Run it on low boost, then yeah, you got time to save up for that stuff, because that's a simple job at that point.
Yeah. And then what do you think with doing the pistons and rods with that whole intercooler setup? You think that's something we should do before, like to help keep it cooler with the new setup, or should we do that after with the new injectors?
I mean, if you find it and it's cheap enough, you might as well go for it. That way we can, everything's supposed to fit under the stock bodywork. It's not like we would have to modify anything later on down the road. It's not like we'd have to make room for it.
Okay.
You know, we would just have to...
Well, put that on your list of when you're looking up stuff to see the price, so that way, if, you know, with
with the whole kit, so if you got the stage 2 or 3 or whatever the heck stage they had, it came with the intercooler, injectors, fuel rail, all that. It was like 10 grand or something.
Yeah, it's like the mega kit or something.
The complete kit, as they called it. And if you get that, then that comes with everything you need. So I don't know of anybody that makes an intercooler.
I don't know either.
Those are the only ones I saw that had one. So
maybe it's something I could call them and ask and say, hey, how much just for you to send us an intercooler?
I think they have it separate.
Okay. Well, either me or you can call Richard and just go from there when we get to that point. But I just want to look at all the options, so that way, now that we have to take the next step, I don't want to skimp out, you know what I mean? Like if we're doing pistons and rods, you know, might as well throw an intercooler in there and such, you know, and see if it makes 240, 250 cool. Like I said, ride around, get used to it, save up, and then go, you know, do the E-tune and stuff and high boost and all that shit.
And then if we lower it, the compression, it's going to require more boost to make more power, but I don't want to lower it too much. I want to see what's out there.
Mike said he's at 10.0.
I said probably at 10.5 or 11 I'd like to be at, because my H2's at 11.2 to 1.
But it's also 1,000.
Yeah, but it's still.
Does that make a difference? True.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't. I'm still learning. So.
I was gonna say it's 11.2 and it can handle it. I see those bikes at 270, 280 horsepower.
Okay.
And
well, I'll let you be the decider on all this stuff. Just tell me what I need to come up with money-wise, more obviously for labor, and then all that stuff to get this to on the dyno, and then we'll just go from there on upgrading to make more power, like injectors and all that such.
Yeah.
The intercooler would just be nice because just how much I ride and and how I ride, so just having the intercooler would mentally make me feel a little bit better, regardless if it's helping us make more power at less boost or not.
Yeah.
So, but that's the idea, and we're just going to go from there. So, first step, tire, chain, sprockets, check over the bike, and then I'll ride it till we get the pistons and stuff, and then bring it back over, drop it back off, and go from there.
Build it for boost.
Yes.
We got the boost. Now we need to build it for boost.
Yes. Kind of did it backwards. Should have built it for boost and then boosted, but
well,
either way, you got to get this to get there.
It's nice. It's nice that the tuner actually cares.
Yes.
Instead of just saying.
Well, me, I was so excited, and it's just like, let's go, and it's like, it's not like a car, so it's a little different, and
well, it's not that. It's just and people have done this without going that extra step, but I figure if you're right on the edge, there's no point in risking it and, you know, potentially damaging an engine and costing yourself even more.
Yeah, double. At least double.
You know, because the potential's there to send something through the turbo, and now you got to get a turbo and
a motor and pistons and rods. So pretty much
do it first and save yourself the headache later.
So that is it. This is oh, calm down, dude. So this is it. We are here and we are waiting. So next step is find the stuff we need and go from there. Tell me how much more money I need. Make it go choo-choo. Whoa. It didn't do anything. Blow in the other one. Blow in the intake one. See if it does anything. Oh, it moved! Yes.
Well, I gotta go this way.
You don't suck hard enough.
Sucking in
You're gonna have an asthma attack trying to suck air. See
there
it?
we go.
There you go. This is it together. So hopefully it stays that way. I forget what size they said it is. It's like a Garrett 35 something. I'm not sure.
It's an 86 back half and a 60. So I don't know what they call it. It's made in Mexico. So it's a 60 compressor.
You know why it was made in Mexico? Because that's where it's going when it's done.
All the way. Viva la Mexico.
Viva la shit your pants.
Nice.
All right, well that's the idea, ladies and gentlemen. Keep a follow on Matt's Motor Works and obviously the Only Sends, and we will update as we go on progress of this. Like I said, the goal was to get it to him and get it put on and into the tuner by the 6th, but with these new arised information and stuff, I don't want to take any chances on all this money I just spent. So I guess we're going to do it the right way instead of, you know, throw it on and run low boost and pray nothing happens. So I don't mind praying, but I don't want to pray with $8,000 and then have it just go out the window, literally.
Seems legit.
Because that block's nice and it's not cheap, and that's the only crappy part about the 14s is they don't have like removable jugs and stuff. It's all one big solid unit, so you blow a hole in the block, you need a whole new motor, like trans everything and all, the whole deal. 1441 coming in hot, boy. Unless like they don't make sleeves, right? We don't know about that yet.
I don't know. I have to look it up.
I mean, I'm not going to sleeve it right now because I definitely don't have the funds for that.
Just leave it alone.
Just leave it alone. Well, we're going to sleeve it alone, and we're going to let Betty hang out here with Maddie. He said she needs a tire. That old Pilot Road or Michelin Road 5 got us pretty far. Starting to break through there a little bit. The chain has been about 10,000 miles, so it is definitely time. And yeah, she's had it with this NA life, so soon to be popping, non-stopping. Let's get her, boys.